Tech-heavy NASDAQ 100 continues rally, soars 200 pints. Markets. Wall Street closed Friday's session in positive territory after a major stock rally registered in the previous trading session, with tech-heavy NASDAQ 100 leading the charge by rising over 200 points. The positive sentiment continued today following the better-than-expected October inflation data for the United States, which showed the annual CPI figure decline for the fourth month in a row to land at 7.7%. The NASDAQ 100 soared 1.82% or 211 points at the closing bell, registering the best two-day gain since 2008. The S&P 500 rose 0.92%, remaining just below 4,000 points. The Dow Jones gained 0.10%. Both the euro and the pound extended gains against the dollar, hovering around August highs. Vote counting in the U.S. midterms continued, with control over Senate yet to be decided after results from Arizona, Nevada, and Georgia. Unless the GOP takes both Arizona and Nevada Senate seats in the coming days, final results won't be unveiled until early December following Georgia's runoff election. Meanwhile, the Republicans remain close to obtaining power in the House of Representatives, missing only 7 seats to reach the majority. High-ranking Republican Stefanik endorses Trump. Politics. United States House Republican Conference Chair Elise Stefanik endorsed Donald Trump for president in the 2024 election. Trump has recently come under fire after candidates he backed underperformed in the midterm elections, with some Republicans backing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis instead. It's very clear President Trump is the leader of the Republican Party. I am proud to endorse Donald J. Trump for president in 2024, Stefanik said. It is time for Republicans to unite around the most popular Republican in America, who has a proven track record of conservative governance. Trump is likely to announce his campaign on November 15. Disney to cut costs, reduce workforce, report. Business. The Walt Disney Company plans to make tough and uncomfortable decisions as it looks to cut costs, CNBC reported on Friday. According to an internal memo sent by CEO Bob Chapek, Disney is aiming to become a more efficient and nimble company overall following a disappointing quarterly earnings report that saw its shares tumble. Among the measures discussed in the memo is a hiring freeze, with only the most critical, business-driving positions allowed to add to the headcount. Disney is anticipating some staff reductions, although there are currently no details. The media giant is also limiting business travel to essential trips only in the immediate term. Disney shares added 0.60% in after-hours trade. Paramount surges 14% as CEO affirms international expansion. Paramount Global. Business. Paramount Global's stock skyrocketed nearly 14% on Friday after the company's CEO Bob Bakish affirmed that the entertainment conglomerate will move forward with international expansion of the business despite macroeconomic headwinds. U.S. oil rig count increases by 9 to 622. Economy. The number of oil rigs in the United States rose by 9 to reach 622 in the week ending November 10 compared to the previous week, according to the Baker Hughes weekly rig count released on Friday. On the other hand, the number of U.S. gas rigs remained unchanged at 155 during the same week, bringing the total number of rigs in the country to 779. Compared to the same period a year earlier, the number of oil rigs expanded by 223. In Canada, the number of rigs declined by 9 to land at 200, with the number of oil rigs dropping by 8 to 133 and the number of gas rigs slipping by 1 to 67. Canada's oil rig count was up by 32 compared to the same period last year. Key areas to look at on oil. Main scenario: consider long positions from corrections above the level of 82.18 with a target of 103.65 to 116.00. Alternative scenario: breakout and consolidation below the level of 82.18 will allow the asset to continue declining to the levels of 75.97 to 69.28. Musk, Twitter usage hits all-time high. Business. Elon Musk said that the number of active Twitter users hit a record high on Friday. Hit all-time high of active users today, Musk tweeted as a reply to his earlier post saying that usage of Twitter continues to rise and that one thing is for sure: it isn't boring. The world's richest man also said in a separate tweet that he expects 2023 to be tough but insisted his companies are positioned well. Fed's Collins, risk of overtightening increased. Economy. Boston Federal Reserve President Susan Collins said on Friday she believes the Fed will continue hiking its key interest rates at the upcoming FOMC meetings. The next FOMC meeting is scheduled for December 14th, where markets expect a smaller hike compared to 75 basis point increases seen in the past months. Commenting on the latest inflation data for October, which showed annual CPI declined below expectations to 7.7%, Collins stated that it is still too soon to mark a peak in the rate cycle from the Fed. However, she noted that the risk of over-tightening has increased. Pushed by the CPI data, the euro soared to its highest value against the dollar since early August to trade for $1.03398. Meanwhile, today's consumer sentiment flash data hinted at a still deteriorating outlook.